It's your boy Miguel G with the Value of Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at StocktonCon.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of StocktonCon. The value of wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that part. Hey, man, shout out the Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big Oos, San Jose. We gonna shut this shit down. Love and respect, though, man. Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother.
This is the Value of Wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
It's the Value Wrestling. I'm the Big Tyme, Mr. Z. We're here with the indie god himself, Matt Cardona. This is real. The Choppy is about to go down. Let's see it. Oh.
This guy just paid me $50. Matt Cardona, check out the Value of Wrestling.
Cool. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. Lada Dottie. What a night. What a night. AEW All Out 2024 is in the books. We go from arson to murder to I don't know what's next. We are here, the two-man team. I'm the Big Tyme along with Mr. Miguel Z, Mr. Z himself, here all ready for you all to talk about what was too many hours, 5 hours of wrestling that seemed crammed into a show that just went on and on and on. And we are here to talk the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So welcome.
This is the show that doesn't end.
This show eventually come into an end. Join in the chat, join in the conversation. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. We're going to have this conversation as AEW has their All Out scrum going down, and we are here. I'm in studios, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of stuff going on. It is Saturday, September 7th, and tomorrow is Sunday, and we'll be back live with this week, the weekly roundup podcast as normal. And then the following Sunday, September 15th, we are going to be live in Elk Grove, California, at Supreme Pro Wrestling's Plead The Fifth at the Indoor World Soccer Arena with Supreme Pro Wrestling, or the SPW Arena, as we call it. It's going to be a fun time with everything. And on September 5th, they've got some great matches lined up for this show. We can't wait to see this show, and they're doing a big what am I trying to think of? A fundraiser for Daniel Torch. Mr. Z, can you give us more information on what is going on with Daniel Torch and why they're having the fundraiser, just so people know what they're coming out and supporting, because you want to come out and support it.
So Daniel Torch, local wrestler, longtime wrestler of Northern California. We've seen him everywhere from Modesto to Sacramento to Southern California, Nevada. The man lost his house in the recent fires. He was just trying to do what he can to get back what he once had. So come out, enjoy the show, donate what you can to help this man out. Great dude. He deserves it. He needs all the help he can get. And I know that they have a loyal fan base that'll do what they can. But,
Yes.
you know, everyone else that's new to the game, please come out.
They're going to have a bake sale at the event, so they'll be giving out some baked goods. All those donations are going to go to Dante, and then you can donate. And then at the intermission, you can donate, I think it's $5 or $10 or more. I have to see if I can see that again, because I don't see making that advertisement anymore. Maybe that. Yep. A donation of $5 or more will give you the opportunity to take a picture with any current SPW champion in their belt at the intermission. So a donation of $5 or more. That's all going to happen on Sunday, September 15th in Elk Grove, California, at the Indoor World Soccer Arena, or the SPW Arena. That's what we call it. And so far, we do have Goldmine is going to defend his SPW championship against Dante Daring. Jack Tracy, of course, is going to face Daniel Torch in its SPW Extreme Rules match with the SPW Extreme Championship match on the line. The last time they had an SPW Extreme match where that title was on the line, it was Jack Tracy taking on the Metal Mechanic, Bobby Callahan, and they got within inches of where we were doing on an announce table. Also in action, Jekyll's is going to talk up with Marcus Lewis who I think we saw at the August 15th show. And they're going to take on the Appeal. And I believe I thought we had one more match in there that I saw. But nope, that sounds like the 3 matches they have up on the things right now. You can go to SPW on Facebook. The link's in the description below. Eventbrite.com. You can buy your tickets. Stores open at 4:30. Show starts at 5 p.m. Tickets will be on sale at the door as always. I'm not seeing ticket prices mentioned anywhere, but yes, you can go to Spring Pro Wrestling on Facebook. You can check the links in the description below and check that all out. Anyways, let's get into All Out. And let's talk about this from top to bottom. I guess the top was probably better before we got into the bottom and it went crazy.
Yeah, that was
So, to see.
Why do I feel like the pre-show was better?
I don't know about all that. Anyway, 0 hour took place and we had 4 matches on 0 hour. We had the Undisputed Kingdom of Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett for one time teaming up together. The actual Undisputed Kingdom, they took on Shane Taylor Promotions of Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty, along with the Beast Mortis, who gets around more than, other things. Because, I mean, this man has been in every match teaming up with everybody. He gets more screen time than I think anybody, but we won't go down those roads. And they took on Top Flight.
We've seen him more. Oh, I was gonna say we've seen him more times than Mantar.
And they took on the team of Action Andretti and Top Flight. Of course, the Undisputed Kingdom getting the big win in that match there. Madison Rain was on the 0 hour at one point. So we had that. The Acclaimed took on the Iron Savages, Bronson and Boulder. The Irrelevant Savages were out there. MXM was watching in the back like that has anything to do. The Acclaimed win. They went from being on the main card at All In over a week ago, wrestling for the tag team titles, to being on 0 hour against nobody's. So that says a lot to me.
Fall from grace. I mean,
right there in just
that's sad.
Whole another way. The Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the Natural Dustin Rhodes and the Spanish God Sammy Guevara, took on the Premier Athletes. The Natural Dustin Rhodes, the Spanish God Sammy Guevara, and of course they teamed up with Hologram to take on the Premier Athletes of Tony Nese, Josh Woods, and Ariya Daivari. In the end, the Trios Champions, the Natural Dustin Rhodes, gets the big win there and enjoys a victory with Sammy Guevara and Hologram. And later in the night, that may wind up being Sammy Guevara's last match in AEW. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Somebody dug up Dark Order out of Ring of Honor and decided to put him on the show as Evil Uno, Alex Riddle, and John Silver took on the Bang Bang Gang of Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn. Bang Bang Gang wins. Not a whole lot to talk about there. We got the Casco guys talking about...
Actually, there is.
Go ahead.
Real quick. There is something to talk about. I mean, can we just get Juice Robinson as a solo? Like, the way he presents himself is more entertaining than anything else going on. He comes off crazy. It's entertaining to me. I would like to see him by himself, honestly.
We got some guys named the Casco guys. They came out and did all this weird stuff that was annoying. It went on way too long. Then we had Tony Schiavone with Sky Blue, who came out in crutches. I thought she was teaming up with Julia Hart. Now I finally remember Julia Hart's name. I couldn't remember earlier. Where is Julia Hart? Anyway, Sky Blue comes out. Mariah May comes out and talks about her needing glamour. And then attacks her, takes out the crutches, and Queen... I don't even know her name. The Queen lady comes out of nowhere like she's relevant, I guess.
I can't remember her name.
I can't pronounce her name. Don't care. She's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I guess she'll be the next person that's going to face Mariah May. And that was all on the 0 hour. The 0 hour was just like that. Anyways, we open All Out with MJF versus Daniel Garcia. And It was a decent match. I'm not going to take away that the match wasn't decent. Garcia put MJF on the top rope, but MJF pushes Garcia off and blocks himself with the referee. MJF then low blows Garcia while the referee is distracted and pins Garcia for the win. 1, 2, 3. MJF gets the win over Daniel Garcia. Why? I don't know why Daniel Garcia didn't get this win. I guess we're going to continue this feud more. This was a cheeky...
Well, as Mr. Clarke says, this feud must continue.
This was a cheeky win for no real good reason. Cody Rhodes versus Solo steel cage match needs violent response to Hangman and Swerve steel cage match. You're probably not going to get that, Logan James, because that match on All Out was unsanctioned, so they could go to that extreme. The one that's going to be on the premiere SmackDown on USA Network, they're going to have to keep it PG and in a controlled environment, regardless of what we may want. It's not. It'll be a good match, but it's not going to be, violent.
And unfortunately, that's how this is going to go, brother. There is more restriction on public TV, access television, more was what we like to say, than, like you said, unsanctioned. They don't call it lights out for no reason.
Yeah. After the match, Garcia is clearly frustrated. MJF then offers him a handshake. Garcia accepts. MJF goes to attack Garcia, but Garcia sees it coming. Garcia then hits MJF with the low blow, follows it with an avalanche tombstone power driver. Garcia then crawls over to MJF and mockingly shakes his neck around before he exits the ring and celebrates with the crowd. MJF gets the win, but gets punked in the end. I don't know. This feud will continue and go on. In the ring, the match was decent between these two, but there's not much here to get excited about. I don't know if this is going to help Daniel Garcia really get over. Go ahead.
No, and then the fact that MJF kicked off the card. I mean, I thought this was a main event player. I thought he was going to be more in the middle of the card. No, he kicks off the night.
I think he's in the right spot. I mean, to open the card, he is the guy to set the standard. So, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, look at the other matches that get shuffled in the middle of the card.
Well, you can't set a standard and have people's expectations high.
Okay,
and do what you did the rest of the night.
So Cody opened the last pay-per-view with the world title, or the WWE title. So I mean, you gotta MJF opening the show is not a bad idea. I'll pick and choose
my battles. Okay,
MJF opening the show is not bad. I mean, look where Will Ospreay got landed.
No,
he's in the middle of the show in a non-important match.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Alrighty.
I can't compete with that one. Ospreay has been reduced to nothing, and so has Okada. So I mean, I gotta stop.
Up next was the AEW World Tag Team Championship match when the Tampon Bucks took on the Blackpool Combat Club with Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli and Hawk are the Trios Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
Anyways, Matthew then gets his knees up and pins Yuta for the win as Nicholas prevents Castagnoli from breaking up the pinfall. The Buckaroos, the Tampon Bucks, get another win here for no real good reason. This match was what it was.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of excitement here. It was a typical match with the Young Bucks. What you get.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot to say. It was a match. The Tampon Bucks retained their titles. What's that mean for the future? Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Up next was the AEW International Championship. The aerial assassin Will Ospreay took on 1/3 of the AEW World Trio Champion, the Bastard Pac. And these guys blew it out of the water. This was a solid match, back and forth. Reversals, turning things around. Hurricanranas out of nowhere. Moves into different moves. I mean, they hit
Poison Ranas too.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
Eventually, in Ospreay then responds with a nasty style splash and then another hidden blade to finally defeat Pac. Will Ospreay is the winner. After the match, Shivani called the match an all-timer. Ricochet was shown during the match and after the match watching the monitor from the backstage area. So, solid match. Not a whole lot to get excited about. This should have happened at Wembley. Pac should have got his moment there. Here it felt a little delayed. It was a good match in the ring, but I mean,
Yeah.
there wasn't much to care about. You know, it's going to be a spot show with
Well, that's
these two in this match.
Yeah, and then like I said, I enjoy Ospreay.
Yeah.
I enjoy Pac. I like Pac where he's at now. It's almost like they don't know what to do. If you know the crowd's behind on something, let it happen organically.
Yeah.
But it's almost like you put Pac out there and didn't give him what he wanted. Didn't give him his flowers on this one. I honestly felt that Pac should have took the win.
Possibly. Anyways, well, there we got the Chicago Street Fight. CMLL World Women Champion Will Nightingale versus Chris Statlander in the feud that'll never end. One point, Statlander did the splits on the thumbtacks, so yeah, that probably wasn't fun. This was what you expected in a drag-out street fight. Statlander then hits a few of her own, then hits a tombstone, wraps the chain around Nightingale's throat. The ref calls for the bell. Chris Statlander with a win here. After the match, Hathaway makes his way out to celebrate with Statlander, and the trainers check on Nightingale. This is just a feud that's going to continue. Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm over this. Again, decent match in the ring. Statlander and Nightingale know each other so well. They deliver good matches, but at some point, it's like, we need something new. They've been feuding since the beginning of the year almost, so it's just like, let's move these women forward. We head to the back where Will Ospreay is being interviewed by Renee Paquette, and in walks Ospreay tells Pac to find him if he ever wants a rematch. Ospreay then calls out Ricochet, who approaches him. Ospreay offers a handshake. Ricochet slaps his hand away. Says he's sick of Ricochet. Ospreay says he's sick of Ricochet sitting backstage and tells him to earn a paycheck. Ospreay then tells Ricochet to talk to Tony Khan, get some wins under his belt, and then he can challenge him for the title. Ricochet says he will see Ospreay soon. I will see you soon. You act like Ricochet ain't never been on a mic before. Like, this was the worst moment. I mean, this was horrible. Ospreay
like, I've never felt Ricochet come off so cold. That too, but Ricochet came off he came out more forced aggressive than natural. And I've never seen him come off more forced in anything he's done. It wasn't organic. It didn't feel real. It just felt like he was trying to be a tough guy. That's not who you are, bro. We all know what you can say and what you can't say.
I don't know what we got from Ricochet. I think they're trying to make him heel. I don't know. It was weird at the moment. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. Up next was the AEW Continental Championship, a four-way. The Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada defending against Mark Briscoe, Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy, and the Alpha Nosuke Takeshita. I mean, my bad. This match was a spot monkey fest. A lot of, doing this, doing that, back and forth. The Rainmaker wins in the end. Will be cool. I
just don't want to. I don't understand. Okay, we discussed off air the whole Mark Briscoe thing, and I get that. Orange Cassidy, that's his favorite little toy. I'm not going to get mad at that. But Takeshita, the man had a solid showing in the G1, and then they bring him here, and he's a booch. I don't understand it.
I don't know what you expect. It is what it is, and I don't know why they didn't have in this match, in this setup, they could have had somebody take the belt off of Okada without Okada having to take a loss and move this title in a different direction.
Yes. I mean, for a minute there, I sat there and I was like, they're really going to let Takeshita take this one. But no, I was wrong. And Okada, you've been reduced to soft serve ice cream. I mean, I don't know what to say anymore.
I need more news story on this. I guess at the scrum, Tony Khan is now comparing AEW to WWE as AFL to NFL. Didn't AFL join the NFL? Or is it the new AFL?
Yes. Oh, AFL, that's the Arena Football League. Oh, the American Football League? I thought you were talking about Arena.
I don't know. He said AFL. I don't know if it just says he is now comparing AEW to WWE as AFL to NFL. I don't know.
Well, if he's comparing himself like as the Arena Football League, then that's not no comparison.
Okay, Tony Khan from Meltzer is saying AEW is the most successful challenger brand since the AFL. That would be 1960 to 1969 until it merged. Yes, the old AFL before it joined the NFL, the American Football League.
Okay.
The most successful challenger brand since the what has AEW done to be a challenger?
Really?
I mean, are we really we're really going to say that WCW beating WWE for 83 weeks is nothing?
Well, of course, because Tony doesn't respect that. Tony don't know no better.
So by my count, Simon Miller says, by my count, Brian Danielson and George Strickland are deceased.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. And our buddy JD apparently says they delivered tonight. So I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. If they delivered, good for him.
He's what he is. He is who he is. Anyways, back to the show.
Look real quick. I have seen more ads for this damn show that's going to happen in Stockton and San Jose, and I'm going to tell you right now that you cannot pay me enough money to go to these things.
After going to pay $200 to go to a show in Stockton.
That's what I'm saying. There's
not even
enough
filling that venue.
I can't say that on air.
They're not even filling that venue.
No.
Hey Tony, let us come to your show. Give us media passes. Let us see the inside.
Tony, hook us up, man.
Let us see the inside so we can see what this is really about.
Yeah.
Anyways, the AEW...
Go back that curtain a little bit, buddy.
The AEW TBS Championship match and the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship. The CEO, Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida. In a match that was just a botch fest. Botches and just... This was just bad. In the end... Mercedes Moné hits a moneymaker, and her competitor almost rolls out of the ring. I don't know. Mercedes Moné wins again in a bocce match. Not a good match. Yes. Mercedes Moné is not good in AEW. She's not worth the money that Tony got paid.
No.
I don't know. Some days I'm starting to wonder, is she an insider working for Triple H? Is she really just sandbagging this bad? I don't know.
I haven't seen many tweets from her lately. Did she block me? I hope she did. I've been trying all night.
I don't know. I don't pay enough attention.
Nope. Unfortunately, no, she had not. Damn, man.
Media scrum is already over. That's crazy.
No.
Yeah, it looks like the media scrum's already over. No, they don't want to talk to anybody. People are still in the chat. It's just
no.
Yeah, it looks like
man, let them know. Come over here. Let them know. Come over here and let's talk. If they want to talk, we can talk over here.
Yeah, post-show scrum is concluded. That might have been a record for it. So we will have to wait and see how that all comes together. But we are here.
No way.
And we're going to talk about...
Yeah, we're here, folks.
We're going to talk about it all as we go on.
We're talking about Sasha Monet Banks and her non-finishing hit himself.
Anyways, Mercedes Moné with the win there.
How do you have a...
That was obvious, but it was
How do you have a finisher you can't hit?
I don't know. Tony Khan has announced that he's not put pen to paper on the new Warner Brothers deal.
That's bad. What about the redacted and his son and everybody else that supposedly was there? And
I don't know.
Oh my
There was
goodness.
all types of people talking. All types of people talking.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, the
this is
AEW World
ridiculous.
Championship match was on the line as the American Dragon Bryan Danielson took on the AEW TNT champion, the Scapegoat Jack Perry. This was a basic match. Eventually, the Young Bucks came down. Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta came down and chased them away. In the end, Danielson hit a beautiful Bruce Psycho knee. Perry passed out. He hit a final knee and got the win.
Yes.
And Bryan Danielson is your winner. After the match, Luchasaurus sneaks up, or Killswitch sneaks up on Danielson and hits him with a headbutt. Killswitch then takes another parry in the corner. As Christian Cage's music hits, the Patriarchy comes down the ringside, only for Jon Moxley to pop out of nowhere and stand between them in the ring. Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta came out and joined them along with Pac. And the weirdest thing,
Yes.
of course, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, and Pac are the Trios Tag Team Champions. Remember that. Pac and Castagnoli, Yuta, they all join Danielson in the ring. Moxley hugs Danielson, and then Claudio Castagnoli hits an uppercut on Danielson, putting him on his butt. Danielson stands there in shock, and many people are going to reference that Eddie Kingston was the one to say that you can't trust Claudio Castagnoli. A lot of memes and tweets about that going down. But yeah, Claudio Castagnoli hits a European uppercut on Danielson, knocks him on his butt. Moxley then chokes Danielson out with a plastic bag over his head. Pac holds the Wheeler Yuta in a move as Marina Shafir joins Moxley, Pac, and Castagnoli in the ring. They choke out Danielson until he passes out. Then they leave the ringside area, leave him there. Yuta jumps across the ring to check on him as medical comes out with air and oxygen. Moxley, Pac, and Castagnoli with Shafir retreat through the crowd. We don't know if this is a new Blackpool Combat Club, a different group. I don't know what's going on. But Wheeler Yuta's also out of the Blackpool Combat Club as he was nursing the Bryan Danielson. So I don't know what's going to happen with the trio titles now that they've been split, unless they're going to do some Freebird rules, rinky-dinky stuff with it. So that's kind of complicated. And then the announcers talked about having the best medical staff, but nobody could bring out a stretcher for Bryan Danielson to be laid on. They actually had like 5 people carry him out. Like, that's your best medical team.
Hey, Tony, get rid of the trios belts. You have too many. Sorry. But
anyways. So we had a murder tonight.
I see your head hurting.
We had a murder tonight. We had arson we had arson on air folks, on Wednesday. We had murder tonight. And yeah. And then it's shortly after this match, the best moment of the night happened. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that in a second. But so there was a murder tonight. So if you follow me on X, guys, if anyone follows me, AEW said that they will not show that footage ever again. I posted it, tagging them in it. You guys said they won't show it, so I will. So I have a video on my wall right now. If you go to follow me on X, folks, you'll get to see that video again, because apparently now they won't show it. So if I get blocked or it gets banned, that's my fault. I don't care.
I guess there was some type of brawl out in the backstage area between Malachi Black and Sammy Guevara, but now there are reports that it's a nothing burger, that nothing happened for Sean Ross Sapp. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if anything actually comes out of that.
Well, I don't know what he's saying because he blocked me.
So we will have to see why do we do that? Don't do that. Don't be blacking out on me there, screen. So supposedly Malachi Black and Sammy Guevara got into punches and other things backstage. But yeah, no, I don't know. We'll have to wait.
Dude, everyone's freaked out that this media scrum ended early.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it ended. Tony says pay-per-view beat last year, so it was over. Okay.
Sorry.
Anyways, your main event was the title match because the Steel cage match between Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page was an unsanctioned lights out match, and they turned the lights out in the whole freaking building. I was like, this is going to be the best AEW match ever. They're going to really have it in the dark. Then they turned the lights back on, and I cried. Page versus Swerve Strickland. I mean, I don't know how these men are going to be able to walk. Swerve took a vertebraker into a cinder block, got stabbed with a hypodermic needle in the tongue, and got the most nastiest headshot with a chair that we've seen in a long time. Everybody complains about all that stuff.
Yes.
But again, did Page really redeem himself in any way, shape, or form? Did Page make himself come back for being choked out?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, it was a match. It was a fight. It was in a cage. It went on too long, honestly. They just kept going and beating each other and kicking out and doing these moves. It was over the top. I don't think
I
Hangman
really don't.
looks any more impressive.
Nobody redeemed.
It didn't feel like his redemption.
Let's put pen to paper on this real quick, though, folks. They missed the cinder block completely, minus the scrape on the back. So if there was supposed to be a spot, the vertebraker is supposed to happen, they completely missed it. I was like, that scrape was worse than the damn move itself.
Yeah. No, it's just, and then the obliterating headshot with that chair is just over the top, like.
And they tried to cut that out, man. They tried to cut it out. But you want to talk about the headshot that Spears did on Cody? That was supposed to ban all headshots. But hey, Tony, you're doing a great job, bro. Come on now.
It's yeah, I don't even know. I don't think Heyman like redeemed himself for the storyline that we had. It's one of those things. It's like he got choked out, punked out. He put down Swerve with a steel chair. I just don't know if. And what was up with Jack Perry? Why is Jack Perry the martyr? He sits there with his arms stretched out, takes a recycled knee, and loses. Instead of blocking it or doing something, he just goes, "Yay!"
My! We need sympathy for little boy Jungle Jack.
Jungle Jack jerk off. I mean, I don't even know what to
He's
say.
another one too. I was hoping to get blocked by tonight, but we'll see tomorrow morning. It's still early night, folks. I got all night. What was the point of the hypodermic needle? Was that supposed to numb him? I mean, what were you, Novocaine? Was he trying to? Oh my goodness.
Robbie the Brain on Twitter says this is the most pitiful act I've seen in pro wrestling in years. AEW is going out. Sad. Tony Khan has really let the powder get to him. Now, if Swerve gets CTE from a chair shot, then what?
Yes, exactly. I don't get it. Like, and oh my goodness, Tony, my dude, I don't understand it. What you did tonight was foul. It wasn't even great. It was a dumpster fire. It wasn't supposed to happen like that, and you know it.
Yeah, it's really hard to say anything great. It was a mid-card. But, I mean, a lot of the stuff in the end was just so unnecessary.
And then Tribalists, this was the greatest show ever. No, it was not. It was garbage. And if you paid for it, I'd be asking for a refund. I mean, I've never, I tried my hardest not to be as negative as I am, but tonight crossed a line that shouldn't have been crossed in the first place. Tonight was just bad.
Yeah. A lot of people talking about AEW trademarking Shockwave, AEW Shockwave, so we don't have any words on what that is. But AEW Shockwave seems to be a big thing that is coming in the future, whether it's a pay-per-view or a TV show. We don't know right now. One of those wait and see.
Well, how's it going to be anything if he has no TV deals?
Well, supposedly 90% of the TV deal information will come out within the next month. It's what he's alluded to tonight. Did he really get his revenge? Did the Hangman really get his revenge tonight? I don't know. Really hard to say.
No, he did not.
I mean, I don't know. This was a
I mean, I'm
show.
scrolling through this, and it was a disappointment. I'm
Well,
really
a lot of people
not
are going to
trying
disagree.
to.
A lot of people are going to talk about how great this was. And, I mean, some of the matches are good, but some of this, and I think the ending was just, I mean, the Blackpool Combat Club turning on Brian's one thing, but to totally really choke him out with the bag. I mean, granted, it's all controlled environment, but I'm still like, that's
right. And that's fine. I mean, the things you want to do, that's fine. But here's like you said, that you do that, and then the chair shot. That chair shot, honestly, is going to go down as one of the worst ones ever.
Yeah. That was I don't know. We're getting too many unprotected headshots in the in AEW.
Yes.
We have, I don't know. It's an interesting scenario. A lot of this is going to be a wait and see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. AEW didn't do anything really spectacular to get me really excited. Half of these matches were just kind of thrown together, put together. No real strong build to some of these stories, and some of these stories I just don't care about.
I was gonna say, I felt like some of these matches were just kind of thrown out there. I mean, I made the comment earlier. I think you did too. Did they just throw everybody on TV to get the old pay-per-view bonus? I mean, it was a cluster. We knew what matches had build, and the sad part is they had more of a build going into all in than they did tonight.
Okay. Matty Huss on Twitter asked Dave Meltzer, does WCW count as a challenger brand, or does its lineage to the NWA, which predates Capital and WWF, excluded from the conversation? And Meltzer only answers nope. So are we saying nope, it's excluded, it's not excluded, or are we saying nope, that it's not a challenger brand to WCW is not a challenger brand to WWE? Are we just going to rewrite history?
Oh my goodness!
I don't know.
I guess, and it's Meltzer, and we can only take anything he says now with a grain of salt, because he's lost his ever living mind too.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about there. Very confusing, very, who knows? I mean, yeah. I'm looking up and down this card and looking for information, anything interesting to talk about. Jack Perry did not get the big cheers I think they wanted for him. The crowd was kind of mid through most of this. There was a couple pop moments, but
right. I mean, what else did we go off of? He had. I mean, I knew what they were going for. They were trying to give him a big entrance, and it didn't come across at all.
No. It was very.
It came off. And man, I
don't know.
It's just like, the tampon bucks are doing what they can to try to stay relevant. It's not even coming off heelish. It's more of just go home and get off my TV at this point.
Yes. Very true. Very true. Anyway,
Anyone else in the chat? I mean, if y'all got something to add, please.
we were talking about All Out, the Fallout. It was an interesting show. It looks like 25%. 1 vote for awesome, 1 vote for average, and 2 votes for boring. So, I mean, that's kind of where we stand at the moment in time. Tomorrow we're going to be back at 8 p.m. on Sunday with our normal weekly roundup podcast where we'll break down all the news going on in the world of professional wrestling this past week. Lots of stuff to talk about on that. It should be a dang good show as we're going to break down the weekly news. A lot of things coming out that definitely need to be talked about. The Netflix documentary on Redacted. A lot of stuff going back and forth on that. We'll probably talk some more about some of the fallout of tonight's events. Then we have, let's see. It looks like Cedric Alexander re-signed a deal to stay with WWE. With the future of Julia. And a lot of other things. Chanel Shaw has been released by TNA. Supposedly she was at All In London. So a lot of stuff to talk about as we go forward. GCW owner addresses JBL's future with GCW, Saraya, and her autobiography. We're going to talk about some of that. So a lot of stuff we're going to talk about tomorrow. So you want to be here at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And obviously, folks, I was going to say, and obviously, you want your little flavor, your little tasty, little flavor for Tuesday, folks. I got it right here. I'm looking dead at it. Shingo Takagi's 20th anniversary event. So that'll be something we're talking about. A lot of shockers on this one that I didn't even see coming.
And of course, if we have Mr. Clarke on the show, you always get the amazing weekly Clarke report with Mr. Clarke. Do what he does well. So we're going to go over all that and so much more. AEW has released a statement after the Jon Moxley's controversial attack on Bryan Danielson. They took to Twitter to say, due to the graphic nature of the attack on Bryan Danielson, we will not be sharing the footage. AEW does not condone such actions. And so we'll see if that all gets banned off of the internet by AEW.
Nope, it's still up because I shared it again.
We'll see how long before they decided to ban that video like they did with the
they did. They banned it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I figured they'd have to. I figured they would as they were coming out to say that.
Oh, you big wuss. You big babies. It says video's not available. Oh, you sad little people.
Yeah.
I was having fun. Oh, man.
And here's the truth. Jay Angels on Twitter says, This is what I don't. Sky Blue was a face, then turned heel to join Julia Hart, who I completely forgot about earlier, just vaguely remember her name. Gets injured and comes out, and the fans are like, what are we supposed to do? If you've never seen the RJ City interview, watch it. Not a lot going on there, to be honest. So, yeah, like I said, Sky Blue was the babyface, then turned heel and joined Julia Hart. Now she comes out in this babyface way that everybody's like, yeah. So, it is interesting.
That's what I was wondering, because when she came out, it was like a babyface welcome, and I was like, "Are you serious now?"
She was being all sweet and babyface, and then she got attacked by Mariah May. So there's your heel aspect. It's hard to keep up with some of these things going forward. I don't know where Julia Hart is or what happened to Julia Hart. I didn't know she was injured, but maybe there's something to research there so we can get that cleared up. But it looks like they've scrubbed the any video footage of the Bryan Danielson chokeout with the plastic bag. From at least Twitter. Hopefully somebody saved it to the Wayback Machine. Maybe it'll stay there forever. We will have to wait and see. Tomorrow we'll be back with all that. And of course, in the weekly stuff, we will cover Raw. We will cover SmackDown. And of course, next Sunday, September
Yes.
15th, the third Sunday of the month, is Supreme Pro Wrestling in Elk Grove at the indoor World Soccer Arena, or the SPW Arena, as we call it. SPW Supreme Pro Wrestling will be bringing you Plead the Fifth in a great event, and we will be there to cover it. Me and Mr. C will be there live in person, doing a lot of things there to cover the show, talk to the show, meet and greet you, the fans. So come on out, check out that event, and we will see how it all comes together. And anyways, you can join us each and every day for in the morning for the shorts of this date in wrestling history. So that's always going on, and we'll have a lot more coming out, and we'll talk a lot more about a lot of things tomorrow. But overall, all out. It is what it is.
Yeah. All out was all out, all right.
So I think we're going to digest this a little more. Maybe we'll feel a little better about it tomorrow. Maybe Mr. Clarke will join us and give us a little feel of his feel out of it all. But for now, I think it's just time to conclude the show, wrap it up, put a little bow on it, and say a good night. So we thank you for joining us. We thank you for being here.
Folks.
We thank you for taking time out of your busy night after a long pay-per-view. And we will see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific time, with the weekly Roundup podcast. Tell them good night.
Good night, folks.